Never get used to that.
You called?
We need to talk.
What's up?
Two-Face escaped from Arkham again.
I just put him there.
I know, but he's already out. Let's talk. Let's compare notes on what all we know about this Harvey Dent. Well, the department wants to know where he came from. What could be motivating him, how he became Two-Face, general backstory.
He was the DA. When you have all this on record?
Dent wiped out all of our records on him. We think he's trying to hide something we were close to finding.
His home life did more damage to him than any injury ever could. His father beat him severely. He flipped a coin, and if it was heads, poor Harvey didn't stand a chance.
So he didn't come up with the coin thing on his own.
No, I can't be sure, but I believe his rough upbringing may have caused other mental illnesses. Anything from bipolar disorder to schizophrenia. To most, it seemed that he'd risen above his abusive childhood. He devoted himself to his career. He became the DA of Gotham as young as 26. He was known for his determination to bring justice to Gotham.
I remember those days. He seemed so pure, right before the weight of everything crushed him.
That's what we all thought. We were wrong. On the outside, he was charming to a fault. His determination led everyone to believe that he could actually be the one to take down Falcone. His anger concerned me. Still, I didn't think he'd be capable of any sort of corruption.
He wasn't. Not really. I talked with him often, and every time I could feel his idealism deeply. He really believed in the justice system. He believed that it could bring change.
If not for the accident, I'd agree with you. He seemed like the best of us. But corrupting him wasn't easy. The explosion left him with a permanent scar that changed him. It brought out the demons he tried to resist his entire life. The anger stopped bubbling on the inside and took the form of a second, violent personality. A personality ruled by a twisted desire for justice, seeking only what's fair, with no regard for what's right.
His sense of fairness always bent towards his own desire. What's fair to himself was his main concern. He also became obsessed with opposites. He's a duality himself. Harvey Dent is still there, buried deep beneath the corrupted side of himself that we call Two-Face. He is ruled by the coin he carries. One side normal and the other side scarred, a reflection of Two-Face himself. You've dealt with him more than I have. How often does the Harvey side show through and win over?
It's rare, but it happens occasionally.
So we can't count on it.
No.
I have my boys searching all of Northside.
I'll search for his usual haunts.
All right.
I should be there somewhere.
Okay. Wait! Look up there!
Harvey.
Harvey!
We have breaking news for you right out of Gotham City as a beloved Gotham State University history professor was attacked last night by Two-Face, who used to be the district attorney. His status is unknown and Two-Face is on the loose. We will keep you updated. Now we go to Luke's service.
Personality of Harvey Dent slash Two-Face. As Harvey Dent, he was idealistic, he had a strong moral compass, he believed in law and order, and he was courageous and charismatic. While as Two-Face, he is cold and calculated and a very good criminal strategist. He's also morally fractured He's vindictive toward perceived injustice or betrayal as he wants revenge. And the good side of Two-Face may show at times, which shows an internal conflict that he is wrestling with, even though the evil side shows up more often than not. Harvey Dent had an expert legal mind and was a strong leader and communicator, which helped him when he became Two-Face, as he was a strong leader of criminal gangs after he became a villain. He also was psychologically manipulative to the people under him and around him, and he had a high pain tolerance and was a good marksman. And he had no superpowers, so he's just a regular man, but he's able to use these abilities to his advantage and cause chaos in Gotham. While Batman did a great job at going into the neurosis of Harvey Dent a little bit, I wanted to dive a little deeper into that. First off, he had a dissociative identity disorder. He's split between Harvey and Two-Face, and there's an internal dialogue and conflict taking place between the two. Harvey Dent is still within the person, even though Two-Face has taken over after his disfigurement and his lack of care and his nihilistic attitude and lack of meaning towards the world has taken over. He has obsessive tendencies because he relies on the coin and as a ritualized decision making system, and he uses that to make actions and decide people's fate. He is has trauma induced instability, which is especially seen in the comics when he had an abusive dad and an alcoholic dad who beat him and flipped a coin whether to do that to him. And that plays directly into him becoming Two-Face as it still haunts him. And he suppressed those demons while he was Harvey Dent as a district attorney. And then it all came to the forefront after he had acid splashed in his face by a mobster, which caused him to become Two-Face officially. Um, he has control versus chaos conflict as well. He uses chance, the coin flip, to cope with the inability to control outcomes. He has to deal with Batman and other people challenging him, so he uses this as a way to shake things up and cause chaos. He and morality for Two-Face is black and white. There's no nuance because obviously a coin flip is 50-50. Whatever it decides, he's going to go with. So it must, whatever, morality must fall on one side or the other for Two-Face. Some of his sociopathic and psychotic tendencies are he has a consistent lack of empathy towards others, especially the innocent. At the end of The Dark Knight, he's willing to kill Commissioner Gordon's young son to seek revenge and hurt others, and he doesn't give any time of day for that young boy, and he's going to flip the coin to decide whether to harm him or not. He's manipulative and coercive and a narcissist, especially after becoming Two-Face, and he uses criminal gangs to cause chaos in Gotham. He rationalizes violence as fair because it's left to chance, and that shows a complete detachment from reality because no sane person would say that the violence is fair just because he's flipping a coin, because he's actually making the decision to do that and he's causing chaos and crime. He places so much authority in the coin, it holds so much weight and value in his life, and he's putting the burden on the coin rather than himself. In some portrayals, there's possible hallucination like internal dialogue. Existentialism is a big part of Two-Face and his philosophy, and it's really prevalent in the Nolan trilogy. Obviously, The Dark Knight, which features Two-Face slash Harvey Dent. John Paul Sartre and Albert Camus were secular existentialists, as we have learned in class, and they believed that life had no inherent meaning and humans were radically free to choose decisions and how they acted. And with freedom came responsibility, however, and anxiety, and meaning is something we create, not discover. These two arrived at different conclusions. Camus believed that we can't sit on the sidelines and we have responsibility to other humans, and Harvey Dent slash Two-Face is a really good example of John Paul Sartre's philosophy of bad faith. Um, the coin flip for Harvey Dent is denying freedom because he's taking the responsibility off of him, or he's perceiving that and putting it on the coin. The coin's deciding what he does, whether he harms somebody or causes chaos in Gotham City, or when he sets up these lose-lose situations for people like Batman to decide. He pretends the coin is deciding and not him, so he's dodging responsibility. And this quote from Jean Paul Sartre really encapsulates that, when he says the coward loves systems that excuses him of responsibility. And, you know, Harvey Dent, after becoming Two Face, is definitely a coward when he's flipping the coin and dodging responsibility and acting like he's not doing any wrong and having the coin decide for him. A really crucial quote that Two-Face says at the end of The Dark Knight is, "It's not about what I want, it's about what's fair." He's doing this as he's holding Commissioner Gordon's son at gunpoint in the ruined, abandoned building where Rachel Dawes, his fiance, died. This is connected to Friedrich Nietzsche, um, because Nietzsche brought up the idea that when systems of meaning break, people create new, sometimes irrational values. And it really shows the danger in that, because after Two Face's trauma, his idea of fairness collapses into binary chance. The coin reflects his worldview. One side is order and one side is chaos, the disfigured side, just like his face and other personality of Two Face. So, how has Two Face threatened Batman? First off, he weaponizes his knowledge of Batman's methods and values since they were once close allies. Obviously, Two Face was Harvey Dent, who was the district attorney, and he would interact with Batman, which is seen in the animated series and The Dark Knight. And especially in the animated series, Bruce Wayne, when he's that alter ego, he interacts with Harvey Dent, and they're actually friends. So, obviously, Two Face doesn't know who Batman is, but that plays into their relationship and the trauma that Batman will face after losing his friend to evil. Batman's resolve is weakened as he's reminded of failing Harvey Dent and how much the once great and white knight of Gotham has fallen and been corrupted. Batman relies on preparation and control, but Two Face is random and he flips a coin to decide things for him. So Batman is having to adapt to certain situations, and he can't, predict what Two Face is going to do, because Two Face doesn't even know what he's going to do exactly, because he's making, flipping a coin to decide between two options for him. I wanted to continue with how Two Face threatens Batman. He proves that Batman cannot protect everyone by creating lose lose situations when he flips the coin. So it's two different scenarios, and Batman have to decide what to do. And he couldn't even save Harvey Dent from corruption and protecting him. Batman still believes in some adaptations that Two Face can be redeemed since they had that close relationship, and Harvey Dent is still there a little bit, the good side, even though the evil side outshines him most of the time. And Harvey Dent's able to, as Two Face, exploit that hope of Batman, and Batman will second guess or be a little more cautious than usual because he's doesn't have this close of a relationship previously with other villains like Joker or Penguin, for example. Even without powers, Two Face is psychologically threatening Batman and manipulating him emotionally. Two Face upended Gotham and its citizens because Harvey Dent was once Gotham's symbol of justice and the White Knight, and he fell so far from grace that, obviously the people of Gotham are going to lose hope that even the best of them got corrupted and fallen. He replaces law with random chance, and that creates so much havoc and disarray within Gotham. And he's disrupting crime organizations as he becomes a villain, which causes turf wars and more chaos. He orchestrates court killings, kidnappings, and bombings, and that's threatening civic order, which is the last thing Gotham needs, as it already is corrupted and disorganized. and he's a symbol of Gotham's fragility and that nobody is safe from corruption, which is a really big deal because, some people are going to need to hold on to hope and somebody as a symbol, which is what James Gordon and Batman try to do at the end of The Dark Knight, and where Batman takes responsibility for what Harvey Dent / Two-Face did to try to hold up that image of the White Knight Harvey Dent and his legislation.
Die before I tell you.
No, you won't.
Go ahead.
Why do you let that coin rule you? You used to be the best of us, Harvey.
The world failed me, Batman. Just like it failed you. But unlike you, I'm not weak. I chose to take my power and make the world fair.
It's not about what's fair. It's about what's right. I didn't know what the world did to me, rule me. I chose to make it change. You chose to let it rule you and ruin you. Everything you stood for, gone.
We're not so different, you and I.
Oh, come on, Gordon, you're out of shape! No! Don't break his jaw. We need him to talk.
Fine.
Come on.
Underneath the bridge, top has sprung a leak, and the animals I've trapped have all become my pets, and I'm living off of grass and the drippings from the ceiling. It's okay to eat fish, 'cause they don't have any feelings. Something in the way, something in the way, yeah. Something in the way.
He died.
Something in the way, yeah. Something in the way. Something in the way, yeah.
Batman. The sound of bats.